listen, if your girl was like, girl, he cute, and you like, but he not my type, this video is for you. And I want to talk about how your type is keeping you single. If you're new here, welcome to Heal the New Sex, where we dive into all things healing, self-love, and relationships. My name is Samantha, and I'm a licensed therapist. So I want to talk about type syndrome. It's something I created. You can take it though. You can steal it if you want to. But I want to talk about type syndrome. That's what I call it. Especially like, ooh, like if you see a man, okay, prime example. I got a girlfriend, she like her men to be chocolate, tall, and bald, okay? Anything outside of that, she's like, yeah, but she's single. And she had no healthy relationships with the men that is chocolate, bald, and tall, okay? So let's talk about type syndrome. Let's talk about why your type is keeping you single, okay? Now, wait. I know some of y'all gonna be like, well, Samantha, I dated somebody who was not my type, and I'm never doing that again. That's cool. But I want you to consider something once I share this with you, okay? So type syndrome is an acronym. It stands for, taker stands for T. I'm looking at my notes. Y is for emotionally, that Y, unavailable. P stands for predators. And E stands for evaders. Now you may say, whoa, Samantha, what do you mean? Many times, we date the same type of man and we get the same results. He's not available to us. We've been in relationships with men who take from us, and doesn't have to be financial. One of the things when I'm working, especially with younger women in coaching, not in coaching, forgive me, in counseling, I tell them, don't let that man take your youth. You will only be in your 20s for 10 years. Don't let that man take your youth. Some of us have sacrificed our youth. Some of us have sacrificed money. We've sacrificed energy. We sacrificed time because that man was a taker. He had no desire to invest in us. His only purpose was to get what he could get from us. Then there are the men that are emotionally unavailable. He may present to be a good man, Savannah. He may seem to have it all together, but he's not willing to give you his heart, or he cannot. He doesn't have the ability to give you his heart. His heart is locked up. And you know what some women do? Some women begin to perform in order to get his heart. If I do this, maybe he'll love me. If I do this, he'll love me. If I do this, he'll love me. And he's not going to love you. He's not. He's emotionally unavailable. And when you recognize that a man is emotionally unavailable, he's not able to be vulnerable, he's not in touch with his emotions, you need to just leave that alone. You can't love him to the place of loving you back. No, love someone where it's reciprocal and he's loving you back. P, predators. You know the ones where you were 16, 17, 18. Oh, girl, you so mature. There was nothing mature about you, sugar. There's nothing. I saw a video on TikTok and a man was like, how old are you? He was like 41. He was being interviewed. How old are you? I'm 41. And he's like, okay, well, what age range of women you date? Oh, I don't want to date any woman my age. I like to date women like 10 years young. And the younger man was like, wait a minute, whoa, why? He was like, I don't like any signs of aging. I know it sounds super, no, he's a predator. And he's looking for prey. One thing about a predator, the predator tries to take advantage of the weak. And weak could be they perceive you to be emotionally unstable, you're desperate, you're grieving, this is a bad time in your life. So they take advantage of the weak and they take advantage of the young. Predators. And sometimes, let me go there for a split second. Predators, we see this with the Naziah Harris situation. They prey on women in order to get to their children. Predator. All right. And then evaders. Oh, well, let's just go with the flow. Why do we got to put the label on this? Relax, chill. Oh, I'm not going to be rushed to be married. You're not going. Evaders. When it comes to you start talking about a relationship. Where is this going? And I don't think, can I say this to you? I don't think women should ever bring up the conversation about where a relationship is going. But I think once you see where the relationship is going, you should move accordingly. So once you determine that the relationship is going nowhere, you don't need to have you don't have to have a conversation. Get up out the way. Sorry if that interrupted the video. Get out the way. If you see that the relationship is going nowhere, Get out the way. Don't have a conversation. Oh, so where are we going? If you have that on the inside where you're like, where is this going? Nope, just move. Just move. Get out the way, sis. Just move. You don't have to beg anyone to be in a relationship. You don't have to beg anyone to love you. And many of us were raised in a way that we try to put our best self forward. It's like we're interviewing. We want to be selected. And we're so desperate to be selected. No, sugar, no. No. If that man is not eager to lock you down, that's not your man. If he's like, I'm going to even say this, oh, I need to get this again. I need to get this again. No, then move on. Okay. I'm not going to sit and put my life on hold while you're waiting to get your life together. If you get your life together and I'm still single, then maybe we can explore this. But I'm not going to miss all the great men that are out there because you're waiting to get your life. You want me to wait to get your life together, and you don't have a quantifiable time of when you're going to have it together. Be honest. There's some men who are honorable to say, baby, I'm not in the space and place to do this right now. Appreciate that if you meet a man like that. That's really a good man. But respect him and go on about your business, okay? Now let's talk about the type men and who they are attracted to. Because I want you to look at yourself and see, maybe I struggle with this myself. And maybe that's why I am attracted to my type, okay? And my type is attracted to me because there's something in me that is drawn to this type of man, all right? Type men are attracted to independent women. Those boss chicks, right? Be feminine, be soft, be friendly. But what you don't have to do is act like, oh, I got it all together. I don't need a man. You're going to attract a taker. Oh, she independent. Oh, she got everything. Okay, well, let me go over there and get some of that. She got it. That's why they hit you with the big money. Oh, hey, big money. And you're like, but you're leading with that. Okay? Women who lead with masculine energy. Women who lead with their accolades. He don't need to know that you run a Fortune 500 company. If anything, you need to be listening to him. A lot of times, women don't know their worth as a woman, so they lead with the things that they've accomplished. You are worthy because you are a woman. Girl, roar. You know what I'm saying? I am a woman. Hear me roar. Girl, come on. You was a good thing. Ain't that what the book say? And when he obtains you, he obtains favor. Lead with that. What are you, a good thing? The best thing? Sweet thing? That's what Shaka Khan said. But she was talking about him, but I'm the sweet thing. Lead with that. You ain't got to lead with, I graduated summa cum laude from Savannah State University, which I did. But that ain't got nothing to do with what we doing here. Okay? All right. Women with poor boundaries. If you know that you start your nighttime routine at 8:30 and it takes you an hour and a half to wind down, and that's really the only time you have in the day to do the things to kind of pour back in you, and you say, oh yeah, 8:30 is when I wind down. Call me, around 7, and he calls you at 9:45 and you answer the phone, you have no boundaries, and you've taught him you have no boundaries. If you don't like for a man to yell at you and he raises his voice and you don't check that, you're showing him you don't have no boundaries. So these type of men want women who don't have boundaries. You need to know what your boundaries are. You teach people how to treat you. You teach your romantic partner how to treat you. So you have to have boundaries. You have to have physical boundaries, emotional boundaries. Emotional boundaries is you're not allowing manipulation. You're not allowing him to gaslight you. You don't allow him to play in your face with other women. You have boundaries. Women are very high tolerant for emotional pain because they want to be in a relationship. You got to get 0 to low tolerance. There should be some things that it's like, no, I'm not going to accept that at all. Okay? Women who struggle with confidence. If you're not confident in yourself, if you don't know your worth, these type of men are attracted to you. Okay, so you have to work on your confidence. You have to know, you have to know the truth about who you are. You know, growing up, I almost felt as a woman, and I had to talk to God about this. Like, Lord, why are you creating me to be a woman? right? Because growing up, especially growing up in church, made me feel like I was a secondary citizen. It made me feel like the favor was on men because they got to do everything they wanted to do. And almost my life, once I got married or once I was in a relationship, it didn't matter anymore. I had to just be sacrificial. And then I realized that is not what God desires for my life. So I don't need to struggle with being a woman. Being a woman is beautiful. It's fantastic. That's why there's so much attack on womanhood. That's why there's so many conversations about if you this age, you done hit the wall. And if you had children, nobody wants you with this, which is the farthest from the truth. As long as it purrs, there's going to be a man that wants it. All right. Pick me women attract these type of men. We see this in some of these hypergamy spaces and circles. Now, I'm not saying not to marry a man with means, but if you watch my video, Decenter Men from Money, what I'm saying is get your money up, sis. So when you're in the relationship, there's a level of equality and you're not a dependent. If you have to be performative in dating, you got to be performative to stay married. And baby, I'm a therapist. I ain't Beyonce. I love Beyonce though. Baby, I love it. But I'm not her. I'm not performing. So if you're doing all of these things to get a man and you don't know how to date selfishly, you don't know how to date with your interest at mind, then you're going to attract this type of man. So you may look at a man and say, gosh, he's my type. He'd do it for me. But you need to take a moment. You need to realize every man that I dated my type, that was my type. That look how I wanted him to look. He had the swag the way I wanted to have the swag. He was not healthy and the relationship was not healthy. So maybe there's some rewiring. There's some beliefs that I need to address so that I can have a healthy relationship. And you have to look at what does this type of man represent for me? Am I dating my daddy? And my daddy was unemotionally available? Was my daddy a predator? Did my daddy, he was a Rolling Stone, so he didn't commit to no families? Was my dad, come on now. I need to look at the wiring that I have that I'm drawn to this type of man. I hear Christian women like, yeah, I want a man who's saved, but I want him to have a little edge about him. Why? Why do you need your husband to look this type of way? There's something on the inside of you that you have to heal and you have to address. That way you can be in spaces so that you can meet healthy men and you can recognize that they're healthy. And you can have the healthy love that you want. So even if, like my girlfriend who like him bald, chocolate, and tall, maybe he not going to be bald. Maybe he going to have a full hairline. But you going to love him and he going to love you. Okay? He's going to keep you emotionally safe. And that's what many of us want. We want emotional safety. We want to feel that a man loves all of us, the totality of us, and we want to be able to love him back in the very same way. Okay? So I want to hear from you. I may have stepped on your toes and I didn't mean to. Okay? I didn't mean to. You know I love you. But I want to hear from you down below in the comments. And also be sure to share this with a girlfriend who may need to hear this. You like, girl, this is a good man, but he's not my type. Now, let me say this before I go, girl. What I'm not saying is settling. Oops, sorry, y'all. I'm not saying settle. Okay, because physical attraction is important. I hate when people are like, you need to like who like you. But what I'm saying is if you're going after that man because of an unhealed place in your soul, you need to address that. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Because I do believe that your husband should be fine to you. Okay, if he looked like Buckwheat, I'm not saying be with him. All right, I'm not saying, that's not what I'm saying. Okay, I had to clear that up real quick. Because somebody almost was about to jump on the ledge with a man that looked like Bowie. He looked like Jerome in the house. No, that's not what I'm saying. That is not what I'm saying, okay? This is Heal to Do Sexy, and my name is Cynthia. See you later.